Welcome to Confessions of a Broken Heart. Now you'd think, shit, this is back. It is, because it still evolves around the same subject, so I thought I'd give an update on what's happening with that. Now, I want to explain a few things to my friends, my ex, and others that are watching this vid. I didn't mean to fall in love with this person. It wasn't a thing that I planned. And I didn't plan of loving this person for the last 11 years of my life. 11 years of loving someone isn't something I was prepared for. In fact, when the first time we broke up, all those years ago, I was in a dark place. I was confused. I was brokenhearted because I thought I'd met someone that was decent, only to have her family interfere and break us up. Now, we all know the story. I was the first boyfriend for her, and I had girlfriends after. She had one boyfriend only after. And all the years went by. I never stopped thinking about her. Why? Because I thought I actually found someone that I could spend the rest of my life with back then. She was young, but she was naive. Now, fast forward to when we found each other again, it was, I was going through the same feelings again, like, is this girl going to break my heart again? Is she going to let her family interfere? And when I did find her and we ended up being together again, I was like, fuck, I never want to lose this person. Now, I've stated she wasn't my type. But that's the thing about love. It finds you. And I really thought this woman loved me. Because I loved her. I never was a sort of person to open up to people about her. Yes, there was, her family mentally abused me. She mentally abused me and physically abused me. It was so much for me to take as a person where, no matter what I did, it was never good enough for her or her family. I'm a property owner, and you think, fuck, if my daughter was dating someone that owns a property, that's a fucking good start. They never, thought of anything of me or my family. I mean, my family welcomed her in like open arms. And it was so weird because my dad looked at her like a daughter. My mother and her got along really good. And you know what's funny? It's because of someone in my family. She has the volunteering job at the place she's at. Funny story, isn't there? So she has my family to thank for that. I look at now the person she is now and the person she's with, and it's disgusting because he's got nothing really to offer her. He doesn't love her. He's no better than me. I've got a good car now. I own my house. Hey mate, I own my house. I have a lot more money than this guy. I'm a property owner. I live in a mansion. And this guy's got nothing close to me. And consider that, he's not her type. But the difference between me, and him, at least I generally love her and want to be with her. And I wouldn't stop at anything. I'd put myself in front of a gun for her. This guy is only in the picture to keep me away. And it's selfish when, someone can't make up their own mind themselves. They have to have people make it up for them. I've always hated people that come in between people's relationships. Because the only two people that matter in a relationship is the two people in one. Now, if one person cheats in a relationship or abuses someone in a relationship, it's both parties' fault. Lucky for me, there was no cheating in this relationship until this year when, all the court stuff was going on and she decided to have a boyfriend in this time while she was still technically with me, because we never broke up. We only broke up when I made a YouTube vid because, when I found out she's got a boyfriend, I was like, well, if she can't break up with me, I'll do it. That vid will be in the four corners at the end of this vid. And I stated in that vid, because she loves me and she can't have the heart to break up with me, and I still think to this day that she'll always have that in the back of her mind. I know she wants to see me. I do know. I know a lot of stuff that she doesn't know what her family and her partner keep. At least there's one thing that separates me from them. At least I wouldn't lie to her. And then there's people telling me, don't love her. Don't think about her. And people are telling me to give up 11 fucking years. So to those people, go fuck yourself. Because I have a heart. And a good one. And I've become a better person. The one thing that I tell people is, you can't help who you fall in love with. But at the same time, if that person is so immature and can't, stand on her own 2 feet, then there's nothing much you can do. And sadly, the ex before me even said, you'll never be accepted into her lifestyle or her family. And I think, the reason for that is because there's people like me and him where we try our hardest. He tried for 5 years, I tried for 6. And it gets to a point where you look and go, number one, she won't change. Number two, her family won't change. And I think generally she just wants to be controlled all her life and be stepped on like a rug. Sadly for me, my life isn't getting better. Some days I can't even walk. I'm in so much pain I can't even walk on my own legs. I am so sick that I can't even travel because of her. What her and her family have done to my mind this year. I blame both of them because it's all her fault for what happened this year. Considering that she said to all her friends that she'd do the right thing by me this year and, get rid of restraining orders and court stuff, considering it was her fault why all this happened. Long story short, if you don't know, I actually won the court case. Goes to show that I'm not a bad person after all. And I have a paper just sitting there that I could show you, but I'm not allowed to, obviously. But what they do to people is just disgusting. The whole family is disgusting. And they're selfish. They're narcotic. They're just, people say, as an example, they hate Trump. Well, at least 70 million people at least like him. These people are worse than Trump. These people want to lock her up in a cage pretty much all their life and not let her live her life. And then I have selfish friends telling me, you'll find someone, you'll get over it. No. Because I've realised that for the rest of my life I'm going to be alone. I don't want anybody. If somebody wants me, they can chase me. If they can keep up. But I like the fact that, I don't have to answer to anybody. I choose to be with whoever I want. Now, some stupid women go, I choose to be single, I choose to be single. No, you're single because you're a fucking bitch. You're single because no one will go out with you. Now, considering the stuff that I know about my partner's family and what they're protecting her from and what they're lying to her about, it's disgusting. I'll go to my grave. The only person I'll tell is her. Now, you would have think by now she'd hate these vids. You would think she'd want this to stop. But it will never stop. Until we both get closure. Because you see, unlike her, I'm a mature adult. I try to move on with my life. I don't fucking go out with people because I'm made to. I don't go out with people to spite anybody. At least when I look in the mirror, I know who I am. She can't. And the fact that she's still not changed, there's a reason why me, the first boyfriend, and the second boyfriend, then me, the third boyfriend, didn't work with her. And it's always going to be the same problem. Her family. She can't blame any of us exes for the way she is. Because she's the problem. She needs to look in the mirror and realise, hey, fuck, there's something wrong here. As I said in my previous YouTube bit about masks, we all wear masks, but unfortunately she is who she is. She's a very nasty bitch. And there's no nice way of saying that. I hate calling her a bitch. I hate even saying anything negative about her because I love the woman, but I just, unlike her pretend boyfriend and her fake family, I at least want what's best for her. I would never lie to her. And I'd always tell her the truth. And I wouldn't hide anything from her. And she knows that. She knows that I'm a very outspoken person, and she knows that, it's what her family hate me most, because they're trying to control her. They're trying to make her a puppet on the strings. This guy here is trying to cut those strings away so she can never be a puppet. I've always wanted that from her. And I just don't understand why she likes to be controlled and told what to do. That's not an adult. With a week to go to her birthday, she still wants to be controlled like a puppet. Her problem with her relationship's not working, whether it's me, the ex, or me before. The same problem it's been for 30 years of her life. It's her family. She always is quick to judge others and how other people's relationships are and how they live their lives. But she's no better. I will never stop loving this woman. Because this here's a fucking heart. I'm real. I tell it like it is. I don't lie. This shit doesn't end until she says it ends face to face. So prepare yourself for this long and epic journey through life. Now that fat fuck of a boyfriend can threaten me behind her back or wanting to confront me. He doesn't want to come close to me. Because like I said, that guy's willing to have a heart attack anytime soon. Like, they're bad for each other. And I just don't know why she's with him. And you know why I think it is? It's because they know that while he's in the picture, I'm not going to try to confront her or talk to her, or I'm not going to tell her the truth what they're hiding. Isn't it amazing that a girl like her with absolutely nothing to offer someone can get someone in 3 months? 4, I think. 3 or 4 months. Considering she was telling her friends that, if I could change this and change this, we'll be back together. What a liar. I changed for me, not for her, by the way. I've seen the way I've become around my friends. You can ask any of my true friends. They think I'm a sweet guy. They think I'm kind and caring. A lot of them will say, Andre, you need to look after yourself before looking after us, because I'm always looking out for others. You know why? Because if you care about people, you look out for your friends. How many friends have you got? You have only friends in your life that your parents put in front of you. Oh, one parent. Because one of them is your parent. The other one is not even technically married to your mother. And he calls himself a parent. Well, last time I checked, if you really love someone, you marry them. So you've only got technically one parent that lives here. Not 2. And you're babied. You listen to your mother that lies to you about a lot of things. And I've told you that in the relationship. You don't believe everything you hear from her. They want you to be a baby all your life. They don't want you to drive. Think about what you do. You do a job that any monkey can do. And you've only got that job because your mother controls it. If she wasn't around, you wouldn't have that job. You wouldn't have the house you're living in. Because you can't live on your own. And that's why your two sisters before have moved in with you, because your parents have put your two sisters in your house that you live in because you can't be looked after. You have to be looked after. You have to be watched 24/7. That's what it's always been. Don't you realise that? You were fine by yourself, but when I came in the picture, sister number one moves in. Then when she gets a partner and wants to live her own life, she moves out with her partner. Sister number two moves in to keep an eye on you again. Can you see the pattern here? They don't want you to grow up. They don't want you to live away from home. They want to keep an eye on your life. That's not how to live a life. To my dying breath that I take, with every breath I take for that matter, I will always love you. Because at least I'm not going to throw it away like you did. You've become a real selfish person. And you know what? Click of a finger, your job could be gone like that. Oh, there's a lot of ways that I could get you fired from your volunteering job. And I don't have to even say one word. I know people that go into your store and I know exactly what days you work. You think changing one day makes a difference, sweetheart? You obviously think I'm a stupid fuck. You live in my area. You don't think I know what goes on? You don't think I know that your partner drops? What days? What times? I ain't stupid. I just don't know why you want to be part of this area when you don't live in it. And the fact that you're selfish enough to get your partner to drive you. Bit rough on the bloke, don't you think? You can't be independent yourself. Who's the selfish one? You're not fair on him. So you're using him like you used me. Like you used your ex before me. You use people for your advantage. Me, my mum and dad all drove you around. We all made you feel like you were part of the family. We had a room for you here. And you know what the worst thing about this is? This bed here goes in a few weeks. I'm getting a new bed. And this whole room's getting updated. And, you know, I look at this bed and I think of all the memories we had on this bed. And I'm not talking sexual either. The amount of nights for 6 years we cuddled, laid next to each other, played video games. Your outburst was... Wow, Crash Bandicoot I think was your worst outburst, to be honest. Oh, ouch. No, Spyro the Dragon, you're pretty like fired up. But Lego, you were fine. Assassin's Creed, you just like killing people. But I can't lie, when this bed goes, it's like a little piece of you is going. Like I'm getting new bedside tables, new bed. This wall behind the computer is getting painted. Wardrobe's getting painted. It's all gonna like look really nice. It's funny, like you got all your room changed, I'm getting my room changed. But the thing that doesn't change is what's in our hearts. I always think there's a piece of me inside your heart. And I think, you know, there's a piece of you inside my heart. The only difference, and I say this to anybody watching, just give me a sec. I don't fake who I am. I'm not ashamed of who I am. And I just think it's selfish. You used to be a really sweet person. You looked after me when I was sick. You were someone that I wanted to marry. And it's so silly that I've still got the wedding ring. It's so silly that I keep the Valentine's Day necklace that I was going to give you. It's so silly that I have a photo of you on my phone. Yeah, you're on my wallpaper. It's silly that, you know, when I look at Facebook memories, I look at the times we had together. You know, I deleted a lot of photos off Facebook of you. But not all. When I go back on my profile pics, I notice there's photos of me and you. I have been told to hate you. But you know, no one tells me what to do. Nor my friends, nor my family. So why are you being told to hate me? You know, your partner and my friend are mates. Apparently. And, you know, I said to my mate, you know, I don't want to know what's going on between you and your partner. Because I already know enough. I've tried for a whole year to put you out of my life. And I'm sure deep down you've tried to forget about me too. But you won't. I know that somehow people from my Facebook try to contact you. I don't tell them to. Half the time I don't even know. My advice to you, if you're watching, is don't always believe what you hear about me. I don't do drugs. I've never touched drugs. And at the start of this year, when I did that outburst to you and your friend, I wasn't on drugs. I was drunk, but I'd never take drugs. I think you know that. To that person that was contacting you and you all thought it was me, it wasn't. That part I won't lie about. I never made up once a fake Facebook to contact you, for starters. But unfortunately for you, your family was telling you it was me. It never was. And I'll go to the grave with that. I never tried to contact you once. Though I know you made a fake profile and you tried to add me once. I never understood why. I mean, you made it to show me that you were in a relationship with that guy. But I can safely say, and you know I tell it like it is, I didn't ever make one up. If I wanted to talk to you, I would just pick up the phone and ring you. Do you think I care about any laws? No. Second thing is, I'm not sure what you've heard about me, but, you know, definitely not the drugs part. That's not true. The things that you get told about me has been lies. I'm sure you've heard some fucked up stories from my so-called friends. None of it's true. And if you ever wanted to know any truth, you can just ask me. You know my number, and if you don't, you could make up another Facebook. I will always tell you the truth, but some of the stuff your stepfather, wink, not stepfather, was telling you is all bullshit. You see, he does not like me from day one. And he will stop at nothing to ruin me and my reputation. Well, some of the stuff I could tell you that he hides behind your back, you would be disgusted. And your mother. Enough on that subject. They're very horrible to you, and you don't realise how horrible they are. If you only knew the stuff that I knew, you would be sick. I would never lie to my kids. Or our kids. I don't want you to fall into the same trap that you did before me. You've got to stand on your own 2 feet and realise what's going on in your life. Now, I kept a promise. And people think it's a stupid promise, but I've kept it. If you ever needed help one night, doesn't matter what weather conditions, what time of morning, and you rang me up and said, look, I need someone to talk to, I need help. Whether I'm in a relationship or not, I'd come to your rescue. You know why? because that's what a real partner does. That's what someone that loves and cares about you does. Do I hate you to some extent? No, because hate's a very strong word. I'm upset what you did to me. Can't lie there, but I'm just disappointed on the choices you've made and the fact that you're not growing up. And believe me, what you have with your partner, it's not real. He's lying to you. And I don't like the fact that he's lying to you, because you deserve to have a good partner, but he ain't it. And I don't know if they're paying him, but I can tell you now, it's not love. It's not love at all. You deserve to have kids and marriage. And I'm not pulling out the wedding ring. And by the way, I think it would have been too small anyway, but I just want you to know that what you're doing is wrong, but I can forgive you for it. Because, our Lord and Saviour, He's come into my life recently where, I've always talked about my spiritual side, but I feel like I've gotten a closer relationship with my Lord, and I feel like, He's helped me through these times. I should have been dead on Christmas Day of last year. And believe me, when you see your heart popping out of your chest and you're seeing that light, I remember that day when I was in the hills and our mutual friend was saying, "Get home, Andre, or you're going to die." I didn't even know how I got home. This is the part of the story most people don't know. As I was driving through the hills, my heart was popping out of my chest, and I could see it. With all the medication and all the energy drinks I took too much. I stopped the car and I blacked out, and I was laying in the middle of the road. I don't know how long for. But then when I woke up, I was just like, fuck, I can't see anything. So I managed to get myself off the road. To this day, I don't even know how I got home. But all I know is I got home, I hit the floor, and I didn't wake up for a long time. I should have been dead. But I think the Lord had a place for me, and all the shit that I've been through this year has taught me a lot. It has been a wake-up call. The day that all this shit happened, when we first broke up, well, we didn't break up, just, the fight we had on the 23rd, that nearly killed me because I tried to kill myself in the car. Now, those are 2 suicides attempts in 2 days, the 23rd of December and the 25th. That's how much you destroyed me. Then 31st of December, being with our mutual friend and her partner, all I could think about was you. But you weren't thinking about me. You were just having a good time getting drunk, trying to forget about me. Then February came where, Valentine's Day, I thought you'd maybe try to say something. Birthday came, you didn't say anything. Then I saw you at the Botanical Gardens, and we both looked at each other, and I know that you still loved me then. I've tried to defend you this whole time to everyone, but I've been defending the wrong person. I should have defended myself. People will watch this vid and be like angry with me because I'm talking like this about you. Because my friends don't want me to love you. My friends don't want me to say anything nice about you. But unlike you, I don't let people tell me what to do. I don't let people control my life. We're adults. We stand on our own 2 feet. And, you'll see a vid on your birthday that I recorded a few days ago. And it explains a lot in that vid. It'll be on your birthday. So stay tuned. And I said pretty much in that vid, I think, how much I love you, but how much I'm disappointed in you. I don't drink much alcohol anymore. I do sometimes, get a bit depressed and I drink. Still drink energy drinks. No sugar, by the way. The one thing you did teach me is about eating healthier. Yeah, me, eating healthier. You taught me about Coke Zero with no sugar. I drink that shit now. But you've taught me a lot about life. You taught me how to treat someone, how to love someone. I don't regret falling in love. I just don't understand how you can throw away not just 11 years, but the last 6 years. I don't understand why you haven't tried to contact me and try to sort this out like mature adults. I guess if you did, there wouldn't be a reason for these vids. If we had got past that hurdle, we would have been married, kids, house of our own. I had a lot planned. The reason why I always said to you I wasn't a marrying type, because I wanted to make it special for the day I proposed, and because you wouldn't have seen it coming. I was engaged to you. Should have really gave you a clue. You think I wasn't the marrying type? If I wasn't, I wouldn't have given you an engagement ring. But the wedding ring, like I said, I can't go and resize it now, but if you ever want marriage and kids, he's not the guy. It's what they want you to have, but it's not what you want. Now, you and me both know that this chapter will never close until we're face to face. But you need to start listening to what I'm saying. Ring me. And you think I'm taking risks by doing these YouTube vids? Because I know what your fucking stepfather be like. He's trying to manipulate her. He's trying to contact her indirectly. Your family, all they want to do is get me in trouble. That's not right. That's hatred. That's not healthy. I'm doing nothing wrong. I'm not making threats. I'm not naming you. I'm not, going past your house like they used to say. Oh, by the way, I never went past your house to check up on you. Hell no. And I heard that there was trying to break in at your house once this year. I didn't know anything about that until my parents told me, and I was like, wow, I bet I get blamed for that. I have been in your area, and you've noticed because I took down one of your gyms in your area, the cemetery. That was just a reminder, like, hey, I was, flashing off a shiny. But, when I do go to your area, and I'll be honest, I just love taking the gyms, because I love the fact that I take them at night. Your whole area wakes up and they see all fucking red gyms. I do that as like a kind of like a fuck you sort of thing, but not to you, but to the area, because I hate the fuckers. But I just would like someday for this to all come to an end peacefully, because I think we could still be friends. If we can't be in a relationship, I think we can be friends. Like I said, if it wasn't for a member of my family, you wouldn't be volunteering in that place. So we helped you there. I helped you meet your real father. I helped you there. I hope I helped you with a lot of things. Look, I'm not denying what happened on the 23rd of December was either of our faults. I think it's both our faults, if anything. I think that, that could have been avoided if you didn't do what you did, and you know what you did. Or running around for your mother when, you know, we're the ones that are supposed to be having a good time and your mother has to interfere like she usually does. That's not right. You know, normal people in relationships don't have their mothers or fathers controlling their relationships or interfering. You know, I, all my life, worked hard to get what I have. And you've got to understand that, and this is to anyone watching this, this woman that I've loved for 11 years, she was my everything. She was the reason I breathed. She was a reason that I wanted to better myself as a person and a character. And this year alone has taught me that, you know, you don't know what you've lost until you've lost it. This has never been, you know, you watch these vids and you think, he's got a bit of hate for it, but he's still got a fucking heart for her. I have a heart for a lot of people. I just, like most people, want answers like, why she turned so nasty so quick? Why was I forgotten so quick? Why can she not grow up? Why can she not stand on her 2 feet? Why does she let people control her life? And I don't understand that, to a fact that, you know, when you know that, you know, this hasn't worked in the past and this hasn't worked, and you're still continuing that track, she's still on that same track. Because the reason why her family doesn't want me going near her is because they know that I know their dirty secrets. And they know that if I told her what I know, what's going on with her new partner, what they're hiding from her, she wouldn't want to talk to them again, and she wouldn't want to talk to her partner. The fact that he fakes that he loves her is disgusting. The fact that they watch them both is even more disgusting. And she doesn't deserve that. My ex does not deserve that at all. She deserves to be happy and have her freedom. Like I said, wedding and kids, she didn't know was on the menu for this year. But, you know, I was going to buy her a car and teach her how to drive. I was going to show her that, hey, she doesn't need that. And I was going to give her a house of her own to live in, away from her sister, away from, you know, messy house and a stinky house. It was going to be her own house with her own furniture, with her own cats, and just like freedom to do whatever she wants. You know, I was going to drive her to a volunteering job every day. Like, I had so much planned for her, because if this was the woman I was going to marry, this is, you know, the sort of stuff I was going to provide for her. I was going to give her everything she wanted, and she threw it all away. And when my friends, you know, they say, why can a girl throw that away? I mean, look at her situation now. She doesn't have all this. The guy does not have any of this. He doesn't own a house himself. His looks are disgusting. Hey, I'm no Brad Pitt or Leonardo DiCaprio, but fucking I'm a lot better than him. And all my friends have said that, which is quite nice, but, you know, I don't look at it like that. I just look at it like, you know, we all need to pray for her. We all need her to do the right thing in life. So if anyone's watching, I just pray that you all pray for her and help her through life and guide her through the right path. I just pray that the Lord comes into your life and touches your heart and helps you go through life a lot easier, guides you through the right path. The Lord, I want to come into your life and just touch you and make you the person you're supposed to be in life. I want you to be a woman of God. I want you to follow the right path in life. I want you to stand on your own 2 feet. I want you to be the woman that He wants you to be and what I want you to be. You know, I don't usually talk this much about, you know, religion and stuff, but this is very important to everyone watching. Don't fake who you are. Be yourself. Don't change for anybody. Do what you want to do. Date who you want to date. Be with friends who you want to be friends with. Don't let anyone interfere. Don't let anyone blackmail you. Don't let anyone interfere with your life, because at the end of the day, if you're going to be a mature adult, you got to learn to defend yourself, stick up for you, stick up for your partner, and make these decisions on your own without people interfering. And if anybody is trying to interfere in your relationship or try hurt your partner mentally or physically, then those people shouldn't be in your life. My ex's family tried to ruin my life. What kind of people are they? I did nothing to them. You know? And everyone's trying to play the victim card here. But you've got to understand that both me and my partner weren't perfect. We're both to blame. But the fact that I copped it the most, and I lost so much this year, especially my health, that ain't right. So I'm thankful that you've all watched this vid of Confessions of a Broken Heart. The chapter in this book is not closed. It's not ended. The only time this will end when we meet face to face, just the two of us. And I'm not going to lie and say I'm not going to cry, because it's going to hurt me like hell to see her. And it will. There's no anger in me. You know, but I can't lie that I'm not going to be tearful, because to see her beautiful eyes and her beautiful face is going to crush me to shit. What her family's doing breaks my heart. You don't lie to your own family. You don't lie to your kids. But at least I made an effort. Not just with her, but with all my friends. I've tried to fight this to my dying breath. But one day, whether it's my ex or my friends, they're going to look back and go, fuck, Andre fought with every breath that he could. He fought right to the end for his friends and the person he loved. What a great guy. And now he's gone. You know, we can't predict what's going to happen in life, but sooner or later, you know, people lose the fight. People give up. And you've got to understand is, do you want someone's, you know, do you want someone's death on your conscience? No. If you have a chance to make things right by people, make things right by people. If they're people from your past, you've gone, oh fuck, you know, I really messed up that person or really upset that person, I need to make amends, then you got to do it now. I'm telling everyone watching this vid, whether you hate someone, dislike someone, whether it's someone that's blocked me on Facebook watching this vid, it's time to make peace. It's time to forgive. It's time to move on and make lives better. Because if we don't, we'll have that on our conscience for the rest of our lives, when we could have made peace with someone and helped them. So to anyone that has blocked me on Facebook that's watching this vid, unblock me, let's make peace. Thank yous all for watching. I will put the 4 vids in the corner of the screen about topics relating to this, so check them out. Stay safe, and yeah, this has been Confessions of a Broken Heart.